He is the bishop in this diocese as auxiliary for years that was tasked with responding to sexual abuse.
Attorney Jeff Anderson is referring to Auxiliary Bishop Edward Grosh, who retired from the Diocese of Buffalo last year and who now faces allegations that he groped and abused a 15-year-old boy. The man is identified in a Child Victims Act lawsuit filed Monday only as AB 393 Doe, but attorney Steve Boyd said he has no doubts about his credibility.
He has never wavered in his story by one word. He is completely credible. His mother is completely credible. His grandmother and I sat down for a couple of times. She is completely credible. We absolutely believe this client.
The diocese responded in a written statement saying, quote, Bishop Grosh has denied ever having abused an individual, either an adult or a minor. But Boyd says as the boy approached the altar for his confirmation at St. Bridget's Church in Genesee County in 1990, Grosh was heard making a remark to Father Richard Kepler, who he said previously abused the boy and who is on the official diocese abuse list.
Bishop Gross was heard to say to Kepler, "Oh, Dick, you were right about this one. He looks like he could be in GQ magazine."
Boyd says at the confirmation reception at the church following Mass, the boy's grandmother told the diocese number 2 leader to keep his hands off her grandson.
They saw him groping him. They did not know the extent of what had gone on, but the grandmother got into it with the bishop at a reception where Bishop Gross appeared to be constantly by this boy's side with his hands on him.
Boyd says the man began to think about coming forward in 2019 when he read a response to clergy abuse victims by then Bishop Richard Malone that he found offensive. Other abuse survivors had similar stories about dealing with Gross when they called the diocese to report their abuse.
But he never apologized when he called me. He just told me that there was nothing I could do.
I feel like my story that I expressed to him was compromised, with the knowledge that he knew himself that he was a sexual abuser.
According to the diocese, Gross has, quote, stepped away from active ministry, and the complaint has been forwarded to Cardinal Timothy Dolan and other higher-ups in the Catholic Church.
It's been a comedy of errors by the diocese over many decades, but I prefer to refer to it as a tragedy of errors.
For the I-Team, Charlie Speck, 7 Eyewitness News.